We are in the southwest part of New Mexico, and we are headed up to a place called Grassy Lookout. I am here in the San Mateo Mountains. Never explored this area, although I've had it on my radar for a little while now. Man, it's a beautiful area for sure. Trail started off at about 6,000 feet, give or take, maybe 6,500 feet. But we're going to cruise up to about an elevation of maybe 9,500 feet. But I'll tell you what, it's already starting to warm up down in the desert valley. And as I make this climb up, it is really starting to feel good. I love getting up into the high country. Got through driving through a little bit of a burn section, and I could be mistaken, but I believe that was a lightning caused fire a couple years ago or so. But yeah, it's just a natural occurrence that happens, you know, throughout the US and pretty much throughout the world. You know, year after year, hundreds and thousands of acres are claimed by wildfires. I do believe I'm getting somewhere near probably 9,000 feet. Off over here to my left, I see a ridge, and it doesn't look like anything goes higher than that. So that could be a point where we kind of peak out, unless it's one of those false summits. As I mentioned, this is all new territory for me. Very unfamiliar with it. Don't know any of the routes out here, other than I looked at this route, which is Forest Road 330, that takes you up here to Grassy Peak, and from up there I know there's a high elevation route that travels across the high country for about 12 miles, I think, and that takes you out to Mount Withington, and then you could drop down and go off to a different direction. I mean, there's just hundreds of miles of trails up here. But I think that would be cool to take the high route across. Of course, I'm not necessarily prepared for that one, so we're going to come up here to Grassy Peak, have a look out from there. Of course, it's Grassy Lookout, and just enjoy it for what it is. There's a nice trail that goes off that way. I just hope that's not the route that I'm supposed to be on. Of course, you know, as I mentioned, this is such an adventure not being familiar with this area, but wow, really cool. I'm kind of on a shelf road right here. Got a nice drop off to the right of me. Goes down a ways into that canyon. I mean, several hundred feet. Yeah, the forest is really getting dense and thick. And I'll tell you what, it feels really sweet up here. I mean, it's already pushing mid-80s down in the valley, and up here, it's got to be a cool, I don't know, I'd say 55 degrees or so. I mean, it just feels awesome. A little bit of a cattle guard. Okay, so yeah, here we go. Good, I'm glad I went the right way. So yeah, Mount Withington. It's 8 miles across. I think I said 10 miles. I don't remember what I said just moments ago. And of course, Grassy Lookout's to our left up here. We got to go about 2 miles is what it says, so give or take. Sometimes those mile markers aren't 100% accurate. But yeah, now that we're here up in the higher elevations, we are into a few snow patches here within the forest. Yeah, as I mentioned, it's really cool up here. Of course, that's about a foot deep snow drift, and I could see out through the forest there where all the trees are. It's all about a foot deep back in there. Nice. Springtime is here and the high elevation snow is melting out. Although it feels pretty good right now, like I mentioned, about 50 degrees. I'm pretty sure up here at night it still freezes, and it probably doesn't warm up until about this time of day, which it's about 3 o'clock or so. So it takes a while before the day really warms up here, and so yeah, you probably have maybe about 2 hours of 50 degrees before things start backing out. Oh yeah, it's really cool up here. Really beautiful country, man. I mean, I've crossed over a saddle. Now I'm kind of looking more into a western section of New Mexico. I know kind of out this way, which is, you know, kind of dominant southwest. That's the Apaldo Wilderness section, and I would love to explore out there. There's a vast piece of land that I have not explored in New Mexico. You know, I've done a little bit of the Santa Fe National Forest in some of my videos, and of course the Cibola National Forest, which I am in a section of the Cibola. But here's one thing that you guys need to understand is the Cibola is huge. I mean, it is stretched across many parts of New Mexico, and it encompasses so many different unique features, and it's just one thing that I like to do is cover, you know, miles and miles of different trail sections through each different landmass that we have. And we have I think it's 5 national forests here in New Mexico. We have the Carson, we have Cibola, we have Santa Fe, we have Lincoln, and of course I think it's the Gila is what they call it. So yeah, here we are, Grassy Lookout. Very nice, very nice. Got a propane tank up here. Wonder who the crazy dude is that drives a propane truck up here, because yeah, some of the sections of road that I drove on were pretty steep and narrow shelved. But hey, if you make it up here, more power to you, man. You definitely earned your paycheck. So let's have a look here, guys. Pretty cool, and man, that's an awesome view straight ahead of us. All right, guys, just got off the four-wheeler. It feels good to be up here at Grassy Lookout. One thing I'm noticing here behind me is yeah, check that out. I mean, some of those clouds are starting to darken up, and it wasn't like that just moments ago. So I don't know if the weather's changing up here or not, but it looks kind of ominous. Of course, for this region, we are not expecting any type of rain showers. I know down in the southeast part of New Mexico, there's actually tornado warnings. So I don't know if there's something just kind of tail ends of the rain. Of course, up here in the mountains, you don't get any tornadoes for this part of New Mexico, but eastern is definitely known for tornadoes. So yeah, let's go have a look at this lookout here, guys. Hopefully this lookout's open. I don't know. Oh, never mind. There's a lock right there. Unfortunate. Yeah, it's locked for sure. Well, that's unfortunate, guys, but that's just the way it goes. Sometimes the Forest Service locks up their lookout towers, and I understand why. They don't want them vandalized, and you know, this section is kind of managed and owned by the Forest Service. So yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, it's unfortunate that this lookout tower is locked for whatever reason. I could only assume maybe they don't want anybody to vandalize this place, or who knows what the deal is, but it's pretty cool to come up here and check it out. Yeah, the elevation here is 9,500 feet. So Yeah, we're up here in some elevation, but it is pretty. Just gonna sit here and soak in the views and just kind of walk around and check out the place. Really nice lookout up here for sure. The plan now is to go find a camp spot. That was a nice little break up there at the lookout tower. Yeah, it's unfortunate that it wasn't open, but that's alright. Still cool to hang out there nonetheless and just take in the views, man. Really pretty up there for sure. But I think I'm going to go ahead and camp up here, probably at the 9,000 foot range. Really pretty up here. There's some good views in certain areas, so I like the feel, the vibe. And I just look forward to getting camp set up, hanging out, and just bringing in the night. During the midst of all this, I actually forgot that I have a turkey license and that I should keep an eye out for some turkey. They actually like to hang out up here on these ridge tops at 9,000 feet, and literally this is what you would call a spine because it separates from two different valleys. You got the West Valley down here and you got the East Valley down over here on this side. So yeah, they'll definitely be up here if there's any, which I'm sure there is. Oh man, there we go. There's some turkey right there. Very cool, very cool. They're all females, so I'm not going after them. This time of year you could only hunt male turkey, and they give you 2 tags for this time of year. They drop down on the other side. But yeah, there's an indication that they're up here. Awesome. Actually not too far from a spot that I kind of eyeballed. Yeah, up here is all sloped out, so check that out. I think that might be the section that I was kind of eyeballing because it kind of drops back down, and what I was looking for was more of a flat little spot just because it's all sloped. So let's back up here. If that's the case, I'm not too far from where those turkeys are. Yeah, there's a little spot to pull off and go back up in there. Let's have a little bit of a look back here, shall we? Yeah. Definitely could make something work back in here. Check this out. Yes, yes, yes. Nice little flat spot over there to set a tent up. We have kind of a pre-made fire ring. Of course I could make another fire ring if I wanted to, but that's plenty of space between the tent and I, you know, maybe 30-40 feet. So yeah, I think I found home for the night. So camp's all set up, and now it's just time to relax. I think I might change into some pants and a camel shirt and go down over there where I saw those turkey and try to hit them up with a couple calls and see what happens for 45 minutes. Alright guys, I'm getting pretty close to that spot where I saw that flock of hens. They kind of went down the slope here. I think they were probably on their way to their roost, since just about a couple hours before sun goes down, and that's that time where they start heading back and foraging before the night sets. So hopefully we could spot a gobbler in here and bag one tonight, and if not, I'll try a little bit tomorrow. But yeah, this is really awesome that I spotted them up here on this ridge. So let's sneak in here a little more and see what happens here. Alright guys, I just saw a hen, and it came from this direction behind me. It kind of went up and over the slope down that way. Once it got to the high point over there, it flew off that way, and so I wasn't going to attempt to try to go down just because it's a hen. But as I mentioned, hopefully there's a gobbler not far from here that's wanting to mess around with these hens. So yeah, let's just post up here for a little while, do some calling, and see what happens. You never know, we might get lucky, might hear a gobbler, and at least that gives me the whereabouts of one that might be on the floor tomorrow. So yeah, let's just hang out, and if nothing else, man, what a beautiful day in the forest here. Nothing produced out of anything here. Still trying to locate a gobbler, but that's just the way it goes. But yeah, let's head back to camp, get a fire going, and get some dinner up on the campfire, and just bring in this awesome evening. Sweater feels good. Yeah, it doesn't take long to cool down in the high country, man. Woo, this fire's feeling good. Hands are starting to get cold, and yeah, put off that short sleeve for as long as I can, and yeah, with it being about 45 minutes before the sun goes down, it's time to put it on. It's getting fresh up here. Oh man, feels good to be out on a trip, man. Alright, got some dinner up on the grill here. This is some wild mallard duck that I harvested over the winter time. Still have a little bit left, but man, is it good. Looking forward to throwing a grub on that. So there's my dinner spread. Honey carrots, some rosemary bread, And of course that wild mallard duck, which is outstanding. Wow, that is so good. And then getting up that honey juice and the juice of the mallard duck with that rosemary bread. Can't ask for anything better than this, guys. Well guys, I am tired. It was awesome to hang out here by the campfire. I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed and hopefully get a good night's sleep. Hopefully the winds don't pick up any more than this, because yeah, if that's the case, it's gonna be Shake City inside of that tent. It's gonna rattle all night long, but that's just the way it rolls, man. Good night. I'll see you guys in the morning. Comfortable bed here, man. Good morning, guys. Man, it was windy all night last night, just as expected. So with that being said, I had a little rough night's sleep. The tent was just being tossed around. But yeah, I'm gonna do the morning routine, get some coffee, and just yeah, sit down and relax. Man, that sun feels good. Woo! Yeah, come on, fireball. All right, guys, let's make some coffee. Oops, that wasn't supposed to happen. Well, at least I salvaged enough water to maybe finish off this cup, and if not, here goes some more water to boil. Been a long time since I've had something like that happen, so it's bound to happen at some point. Oh man, it feels good to soak up some of those sun rays. Still a little fresh up here, man. It's 9:15 in the morning, and it's yeah, cool up here for sure. That's high country camping for you. I checked the elevation last night before I went to bed. We're actually at 9,949 feet. Might as well round it up and say it's 9,950 feet. But that's high country camping for you. Yeah, a little breakfast. This is cream of wheat with maple brown sugar and walnuts. Of course, I got me another cup of coffee, and gonna have some yogurt. That's what I call a decent breakfast. Nothing too labor intensive, and yeah, break down camp and head on out. What an awesome little camp spot. I'll have to come back to this one for sure, so I marked it. Nice little spot up here at 9,950 feet. So yeah, peak of summer, this spot will feel nice and cool. But yeah, let's head on out of here. Hopefully we could spook up a turkey and harvest one and fill a tag. So yeah, let's get out of here, guys. I hit the junction and I am finally dropping off the mountain. There for a second I had a little bit of service and I got a wind event warning that's supposed to take place down in the valley. It didn't really say anything about this particular spot up here, but what is forecasted down below is 45-mile-an-hour winds with occasional gusts that are stronger. So with that being said, I decided to go ahead and bag, trying to look for any turkey. With wind warnings coming, those birds are probably going to try to hunker down somewheres, and they're definitely scrambling to get out of any type of wind-blown factor. Nice little view looking out across the southeastern part of New Mexico. Of course, you got the rolling mountains here, and then you kind of got the high desert plains out that way. Then way out there in the background, I'd say as the bird flies maybe 80 miles, you're looking across the White Sands Missile Range, and then of course you get back up into some higher elevation on that end. That's out towards Lincoln National Forest, which is a whole other section of forest that I would love to explore. I mean, there's a lot of trail systems up there, just like there is throughout this range here. But man, this is just beautiful. I love looking at the Rio Grande Rift and what it's done into this section of the New Mexico and the Rio Grande Valley here. Super cool. I'm getting closer to the truck now, and I just really want to say thank you guys for being a part of the Manzano Man YouTube channel. It's been a while. Hope to get up to a different routine and start sharing some more videos. And until the next time, guys, I'll see you guys on the outside. You guys take care of yourselves. I'm out.